So this week we're going to talk about some ways to help our children become self-motivated. And it's a hard transition as we're going from disciplining and raising our kids to discipleship and trying to figure out how to do this parenting thing. I would love for you to share with us your experience with homeschooling your kids, how to get them self-motivated and moving them from those young years of adolescence into adulthood.
Right. And I think you hit on something there a little bit. We want our kids to be self motivated, but it's funny to think that they are quite motivated already. It's just like you want them to be motivated in a different direction. And
Right.
I think the reason that I use this term self motivated is because parenting seems like it becomes this constant attempt to get your kids to do something that they're supposed to do.
Mhm.
Clean your room, be nice to your kids, clean up after yourself, do your meal cleanup, do your chores, do your
Do your schoolwork.
schoolwork, do your math. It's like, I don't want to. And so it's like constantly trying to get them to do something. And that is very, very tiring, you know? And so the goal, of course, for parenting isn't just to get your kids to do stuff. Our goal is to help them to become mature followers of Jesus Christ. That's our real goal. And yeah, we'd like them to do some stuff, but that's the real goal. And the thing is, that's great, is that those go perfectly together, because if your goal is for them to follow Christ, then what happens is you're trying to help them submit their hearts voluntarily to Christ and his lordship and what is right and what is good. And they're choosing to do that. They're choosing to follow Christ. And then that's what self-motivated looks like. I mean, in other words, kind of like you mentioned before we started, self-control also, in the sense that I'm not trying to control my kid. They're controlling themselves. They're making choices and moving in the right direction. So just to clarify again, in some ways, it's not that they're not motivated, because we're all motivated,
Right.
unfortunately, in the wrong direction to start off with. And we want them to be motivated in the right direction. So really, how to help our children become self-motivated is just another way of saying, how do we disciple our kids? How do we help them turn their hearts and desires over to Christ and begin to choose the right things, the things that we're wanting them to do anyway?
Yeah. You're right. Every child is self-motivated in one way or another. And it's so
Right.
funny because every kid I've ever met, mine included and myself included, okay, this is what I do. If I know somebody's coming over to my house, I can know for days and days that they're coming, and I will get my house clean and tidy in order and, ready for their visit. But it's not until the last like 3 or 4 hours before their arrival that I'm like, okay, now we really have to get
Yeah.
serious about
Gotta
getting the
happen.
house clean and getting it ready for our guests to be here. And I think the same with our kids is that whatever it is that excites them and motivates them is what pushes them to be their very best, to do their very best in whatever it is that we're asking them to do.